check.
One, two, one, two.
everybody. Hello, viewers, and hello, everybody here in the room. Welcome to our final round of the FIA World Touring Car Cup. And this weekend, I am delighted to say that we are in Jeddah, the Jeddah Corniche circuit in Saudi Arabia. And it's our pre-event press conference ahead of what is undoubtedly going to be a very exciting weekend. It's this weekend that we find out who will be on the top step of the WTCR 2022 season. Now, our pre-event press conference shall be divided into 3 sections, and in front of me right now I have 2 very special guests. They are starting our press conference. We will then have our drivers joining for part 2 and part 3. So, in front of us, and I shall read it because I will not quite remember the full name, it is His Royal Highness Prince Khalid bin Sultan Al Abdullah Al Faisal, the President of the Saudi Automobile and Motorcycle Federation and Chairman of the Saudi Motorsport Company, and also our WTCR Series Director, Jean-Baptiste Lay. Gentlemen, hello, hello. Prince Khalid, if I could start with you, sir. Thank you so much for having us here. We're so excited to be here for our final round.
Thank you for coming. First of all, I would like to welcome all of you. I would like to welcome the WTCR to Saudi Arabia, all the teams, all the media that they are present with us today. It's very important to us to host such interesting and challenging events in Saudi Arabia and motorsports. And the WTCR, I think it's one of the important races in Saudi and in the world because the potential of sponsors and car manufacturers and also drivers entering this World Cup championship is very high if we compare it to Formula One and Formula E. And also it's really nice. The competition is very strong. The level of the drivers and the manufacturer is really nice, and we hope everyone enjoys their time here in Jeddah Corniche circuit, and the drivers have fun and give us a good show.
I have no doubt. The atmosphere already downstairs, even for FP0, was very exciting. And I know speaking to the drivers, they're all very excited about being here. Obviously, none of them have raced here before, and it's a pretty challenging circuit, isn't it?
Yes. Actually, the idea of Jeddah Corniche circuit, came of we wanted to host a Formula One race in Riyadh, and we're building a state-of-art motorsport city. It has multiple tracks for multiple types of car racing, but it's a big project, and with the COVID it got delayed, and the Crown Prince said we don't want to wait until 25 or 26. Let's do street circuit in Jeddah and host a Formula One race and other races. So we wanted this track not to be the typical street circuit. We wanted to be fast, and we wanted to be challenging. And part of the brief I gave the designers, I told them that I like the Nürburgring, the Nordschleife. I always, when I drive there, I feel on the edge. So I want the drivers to have these fast turns so they can push to the limits. And we wanted to give them also the grip so they feel confident. So we achieved this, and we became the fastest street circuit. So it was interesting to see the Formula One cars and Formula 2 racing. It's not easy on the drivers on the cars, so we hope the drivers and the WTCR have the same experience and can give us a nice show.
I love that. I love the fact that you just dropped in the Nürburgring and the likes of that. So you know the green hell then. So can we call this, I don't know, how can we do the version of Nürburgring in the desert?
Well, this doesn't have the elevations of the Nürburgring, but it's just driving fast corners with no runoff areas. You always, push to the limit, and you need to really be fast in all turns, because if you miss one of the turns, you will lose time. So you really need to be the momentum fast in all turns. So it's challenging, and we heard the comments of the Formula One drivers when they raced here, and I'm sure that also we will hear similar comments from the drivers in the WTCR. So it's a track for the drivers to push and enjoy the track and push their limits and the car's limits as well.
You speak like a racing driver. Is there a hidden talent here that I don't know about?
You can say I'm passionate about motorsports, and I've done a couple of races, rally, single-seater, GT races when I was young and 15 kilos lighter. So I designed this track. I know what the drivers want. We don't want a boring race. You know, our aim in Saudi Arabia, anything we host, it needs to be different. If it was Dakar, if it was Formula One, if it was Formula A, we want to give the drivers the best experience. We want to give them spectators. Everybody that comes to the track as a fan or as a driver, we want them to feel in a special, and we want to offer something new. So with this configuration, I want to see how these cars and drivers will perform, because in this short configuration, you know, there's no time, to slow down. It's really fast. There's, I think, maybe 2 slow corners, one and one maybe. So I want to see, they're going to be pushing, because I've raced in similar configurations in other tracks, and I tell you, these shorter loops, it's very tough on the driver, because you're always driving fast. So we'll see how the cars and drivers will adapt to this configuration.
Prince Khalid, we should have had you behind the wheel as a wild card this weekend.
Well, I'm not. Is the car insured?
I'm sure it can be arranged.
To be honest, it would be a pleasure, but we have here in Saudi Arabia drivers that deserve to be behind the steering wheel, and now it's their time. To shine and race, and hopefully they have a good experience, and we see them in the future in the championship, not only in one round.
You touched on it earlier a little bit, but there are big plans, aren't there, for the future of motorsport in Saudi Arabia?
For sure. You know, we are an ambitious country. We're passionate about motorsports. Most of our population are below 30 years old, so we are a young nation. And the hype of motorsports in the last 3 to 4 years in Saudi Arabia, after we hosted Formula E and Dakar and Formula One, it's very huge. And a lot of people now want to be part of the race. And as I said, to access these type of races, Formula One or Formula E, is very difficult. So this is more affordable and more accessible for local teams and drivers, and also the dealers here in Saudi. They sell a lot of these cars that race in the championship. So hopefully, we'll see more involvement in motorsport, not only by organizing these international events. We have a lot of youth, we have a lot of talent. We want to see engineers, mechanics, team managers, race drivers, and we in the Motorsports Federation, the Saudi Automobile and Motorcycle Federations, we have a 20-year plan that we will, inshallah, present it very soon, that we want to target an age group from the grassroots from 5 years old upwards. As I said, it's not only drivers, it's the whole system, the ecosystem. We want to also bring the know-how to our kingdom, and also maybe we can be a hub and manufacture parts with all the investments Saudi Arabia is doing, building new cities for the future. So it's all under the vision of 2030. And I think this is going to be a good start. We're good in rallies. We have a couple of drivers that they won the Baja Cup and performed well in other races of the cross country or Dakar. So GT races, we used to race. We have a couple of drivers that they used to race in GT races in the region, but by bringing these races in Saudi and hopefully, inshallah, starting our academies, we will see a lot of people get involved in motorsport and have the opportunity for them to showcase their capabilities and inshallah can compete in an international level within a couple of years from now.
Wow, that's so exciting. Shukran.
You're welcome.
Jean-Baptiste, what an exciting partnership and what a place then for us to hold our final round of WTCR.
Good evening, Alex. Discovery Sport Events is really delighted to start the last round of 2022 season of FIA WTCR here in Jeddah. We are also very, very proud to be the second FIA series after Formula One to run on the Jeddah Corniche circuit. I think it's an incredible challenge for all the parties, but also for the competitors and for the teams. So very happy to close the 2022 season here on a so impressive location and track. First of all, I would like to deeply thank Prince Khaled and the Saudi Motorsport Company for their incredible job they have achieved over the last month. The time to build this international event was very short, and they have delivered an incredible job to make it happen. And on top of that, I would like also to highlight the fact that they have done also a perfect crisis management over the last 24 hours. We have faced a massive storm in Jeddah. And when we were on track yesterday and we saw the massive damages on the building, on the track, we had a lot of doubt on the fact that the event could happen. And I was so impressed to see the efficiency and the involvement from all the SMC team and all the workers who spent the full night to rebuild the building and bring it to the original state. It was impressive, and I have something to say that it shows that nothing is impossible. So, congratulations and big applause for that, because you deserve a big applause for that.
Yeah, definitely. Thank you so much. And Prince Khaled, you said earlier that bizarrely enough, you always have rain before a race weekend. Tell me more.
Yes, I think there is a relationship between more sports events and rain in Saudi Arabia. The first international event race we had was in December 2018, was the first round of the Formula E of season 2019, and it rained for like 3 days before the race. And the track was flooded, everything was a mess, but we have a professional team. They've managed to overcome these challenges and difficulties. So for us, it's not something new. We are glad to work under these conditions, and also not only the Formula E race, is also this track that we are here. We only had 7 months and 20 days to build this track from scratch, all the infrastructure, everything. So, and that was during the global pandemic with the COVID situation. So it was a very difficult task. But again, with our partners, with the team we have, we managed to overcome these challenges and deliver the race on time. And a lot of people in the media doubted that this track will finish on time and the race will happen on time. But again, we have the support from the government and from the Ministry of Sport and from the municipality and from the other entities related. And we have, I don't like to speak about ourselves, but this time, no, I will say, I'm very lucky to have the team that proved everyone that what is Saudi Arabia about. And this thing now for us, it was a small hiccup, but as I said, with the dedication and with the professionalism we have in our team, they proved that everything can be done. How they deal with this crisis, how they manage to overcome all these challenges. became something that we are gladly and happily, and now we're enjoying this. Oh, it's another thing that we need to face and we need to deliver. So I'm very proud to be part of their team, and thanks to them, we're racing this weekend.
Thank you so much. And it's beautiful, and the paddock is spectacular. Well, it's our final round of the season, JV. I mean, it's been a great season, hasn't it?
It has been a great season, and it will be also an incredible final round. We have a lot of challenges this weekend at different levels. First of all the drivers and the teams have to discover a new track. So it's a new challenge for them because WTCR has never been in Saudi Arabia so far. So it's a new discovery for all people, I would say. A second challenge for our local Saudian drivers, Ahmed, who discovered this WTCR. So maybe he knows the track, but he doesn't know the championship. So it will be, I think, a great challenge for him to fight door to doors or bumper to bumpers to the crowd of the world, fighting for this event. And also a massive challenge, keeping in mind that drivers and team titles are still open and will be defined this weekend. So we will know this weekend who will be our champions in teams and drivers.
Speaking of champions, thank you. Congratulations on the football.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I think, we're glad to have the leadership we have. It gave us all the support and all what we need to develop sports in general. And the Minister of Sport, Prince Abdulaziz, he's someone from the sports. He's an athlete, and he knows exactly what needs to be done so we can develop, the sports in general in Saudi Arabia. And with his leadership, we've managed to showcase our capabilities. As I said, we are a very dedicated nation. We like to accept these challenges and like to represent ourselves in the best way, on the best way by hosting these events, by offering something new. Also now by the level of the events we participate in, and they've worked from the last Cup in Russia 4 years to prepare for this World Cup. And this is the result of the hard work and dedication. Same thing across all other sports, and more sports is part of it. So everything you see now represents the Saudi Arabia and the Saudis. So I'm very glad and very proud we are performing well in so many different sectors of sports.
Thank you both so much. Any questions from the audience?
Hello, my name is Mubarak Al-Ramedi. I'm a motorsport promoter from Kuwait. I would like to thank the Kingdom for their efforts. Honestly, in the past 2 years, they are astonishing what they've done in terms of motorsports in the Kingdom. And my question is, are we going to see local races happening, or let's say championships, or even Cup Series happening in the Kingdom in the near future? That would be great if you could have an answer for that. Thank you.
I'm sure this question is for me. So, for sure. Our ambition is not to only host events. It's a good thing for the country to showcase, Saudi Arabia, to inspire the people and the youth that by bringing these events to them, they can witness something and give them a new opportunity for them to be part of this. As I said, our goal is not just to host events. We want to be part of events. We want to have mechanics, marshals, we want to have, journalists. We want to be manufacture maybe cars, technology. So it's and having young talent racing in these international events, it's part of our plan. So definitely, with the completion of inshallah Qiddiya and other tracks in Saudi, we will have local championships. I know this is not the suitable facility to organize and have local races. We don't want people to learn on a track like this, but we'll try to work closely with investors and people who are already showed interest in building tracks. And for sure, this, we need, for us is, we need to have these series. I mean, like WTCR, this is an international on a level, but we need to have these local races so people can build their, their skills and can participate, and we can, from there, they can go to other international. So this is very important, and hopefully, inshallah, within the next 5 years, you will see a big transformation. We have, not only nationally, regionally in Kuwait, we have, I visited the track there, and it's one of the best tracks in Bahrain and in Abu Dhabi, in Dubai, and in Qatar. So we could have a GCC series that can something also. The market is here, and the sponsors are, interested in such an event. So that's inshallah what we will be working on closely in the next 2 to 3 years. So inshallah we will see. We started from Formula 1, Formula E, and now we're going, to more accessible races. WTCR is not something like an entry level. We need something below that so we can have drivers can compete in such a competition. We really need to if you want to climb up, you need to start from the bottom. So that's what inshallah we will be focusing on in the next 5 to 10 years in Saudi Arabia.
That was a great question. Thank you.
I have another question for the WTCR. We know that the WTCR has a contract with the FIA, which is ending. I think this is the last round and the last year of it. Will we see a continuation of the TCR in the region, let's say, or the WTCR to renew their contracts in the near future? That would be the question.
So effectively, it's true. WTCR in its current format will end at the end of after Jeddah this weekend. So we are now studying the opportunity to bring a different approach or different format for TCR competitions. So it's quite early to give details on that because it's still big discussions over the different parties. But for sure, the TCR series is one of the famous category in the world. We can account more than 1,400 cars racing all over the world. So there is a place for TCR competitions all over the world and essentially also in Middle East.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hello. Abdurrahman Ramal, Saudi Auto Magazine. Nice to meet you. In this round, 3 drivers will not participate. One of them, I think, Mr. Ivan Moller. So they are not participate. So this is going to affect on the points for the Saudi race here, especially in the calendar for the last race here.
We have a point distributions, and we follow the normal point distributions. So the point will not be affected, and the drivers will not be affected.
Okay. Thank you very much.
السلام عليكم. وائل علي، رئيس تحرير عرب أوتو ريبورتاج. صاحب السمو، هل على النهج إطلاق أول علامة سيارات سعودية للسير في رؤية 2030؟ هل ممكن نرى في الفترة المقبلة إنشاء فريق كامل مدعم بسيارات من شركة رياضة محركات مع الاتحاد السعودي يدعم على الأقل يخش في بطولة WTRC أو CR زي حاجة زي كده في الفترة القادمة يعني؟
أكيد طبعا. أنا قبل شوي شرحت باختصار أنه إحنا في المملكة العربية السعودية ليس هدفنا أن إحنا نستضيف فعاليات وسباقات عالمية أو يكون عندنا سائقين يشاركون في هذا. لا، إحنا هدفنا أكبر من كذا. إحنا نبغى يكون عندنا ميكانيكيين، مهندسين، نبغى يكون عندنا مارشلز، إعلاميين، مدراء للسباقات، ونبغى يكون عندنا أيضا كمان تصنيع لمثل هالتقنيات أو قطع غيار السيارات أو السيارات. فالحمد لله المواهب السعودية دائما بارزة في كل الأشياء. فهذه من ضمن الأهداف. وإن شاء الله يعني شفنا الآن المملكة تستثمر يعني سواء كان عن طريق الصندوق الاستثمارات العامة في أسهم في شركات سيارات مثل أستون مارتن ولا مكلارين أو لوسيد أو سير. فهذه من الأشياء اللي طبعا يعني محطوطة علينا من المستهدفات اللي احنا لازم القطاعات اللي ننميها. لكن المشروع هذا طبعا يعني حيكون زي ما قلت أنا في عندنا مشروع كبير مدة 20 سنة حيكون مو فقط على الشق الرياضي، حنروح للمدارس للمعاهد للمدن يوم الأشياء. فلازم احنا نخرج من يعني من هالاستضافات وهذه ان احنا نكون يعني واجهة تستقطب جميع المهتمين سواء كانوا من شركات، وان احنا نقدر ننقل التقنية عندنا ونكون يعني عنصر مساهم في مجال الصناعة والابتكار. In English he just asked me about something I explained as he asked me if we will see car manufacturers or factories from brands coming and open in Saudi Arabia. I said one of our KPIs and our goals is we want to bring the know-how to Saudi Arabia, and we want to, in the future, to have engineers and mechanics and maybe factories here in Saudi Arabia to build cars, and also to be a hub for motorsport. You know, we know our location is very important, and a lot of things are happening in Saudi Arabia, a lot of events. And with Al Qiddiya, inshallah, we're going to have a lot of more sports activities. So this is our ambition, not only to host events or have a race driver in these events. Our goals and ambitions are bigger than that.
Amazing. Very ambitious plans and exciting times ahead. Gents, thank you. Shukran, thank you so much. I am going to ask you now to leave because our 3 drivers for part 2 of our press conference will now join us. Thank you so, so much. Prince Khalid and Jean-Baptiste Lay for joining us. So I would like to welcome up Michael Ascona. Are you here, sir? Please come and join us. Ahmed bin Khalin is also going to join us, and Gilles Magnus for part 2 of our press conference. So Michael Ascona, coming into this final round of the season, leads by 50 points. But there are 55 points on the table, and Bebu Nestor Girolami is very much gloves off, hoping to win that title. But something tells me that Michael Ascona and the Hyundai boys are not going to make it very easy. All right, welcome back. We're ready to get going again. Michael Ascona is here. And I'm going to start with you, Michael, because I know that you need to rush off. So, it's very close now. It's really close now. What would it mean to you if you end this weekend holding that enormous trophy?
Well, it's right that is looking very good at the moment. We just need 6 points tomorrow in qualifying. Yeah, I couldn't believe that we were able to finish like this the season, arriving to the last weekend with this margin on the championship points. So I'm very happy, quite happy, and for sure, to win this big trophy, it means a lot for me, for my family, for everybody who are supported me all the season, all the year, all my life. So I will be very happy, but first of all, we need to finish the job. And yeah, tomorrow we will see in qualifying, but after the experience now in free practice zero, I think it's looking good. It's looking very good.
Yeah, I was going to say, what did you learn from FP0 and how tricky will it be to get into Q3?
Well, our pace is good. Finishing P3, having Norby P1 looks like is going very nice, but as the track is very short, everything is very tight. So from P1 to P12, it's a few tenths. We need to be very precise. We need to be very focused on that. But track is very cool. I think everything will be qualifying. But honestly, to get this tomorrow in qualifying, I think will be not so difficult. So we will try to do it.
I know that you need to rush off. I have no doubt that I'll see you up here again at some point this weekend. So if you'd like to give a word to your fans in Spanish, and then you may depart, sir.
Hola, buenas noches a todos españoles. Nada, hoy primer día de práctica aquí en Arabia Saudí, en Jeddah, circuito increíble. Hacemos la versión corta, pero ha ido muy bien. Hemos terminado terceros, todo pinta muy bien de cara a mañana qualifying, cara a la lucha por el título. Podemos ganarlo mañana en qualifying si hacemos top 3. Por lo tanto, ahora nada, nos toca descansar y prepararlo muy bien para mañana y a ver si somos capaces de ganar el campeonato. Así que nada, muchas gracias por el apoyo y nos vemos mañana.
Muchas gracias. Vamos.
Thank you very much. Gracias.
See you later. Ahmed bin Karlin, welcome to the WTCR paddock.
Thank you, and also welcome to you guys coming here in Saudi. It's good to have this amazing competition championship here in Saudi.
Thank you for having us. And, you know, just hearing from Prince Khalid, you have some very big plans, don't you, here in Saudi Arabia?
Yeah, definitely. It's a huge plan. We saw it when we first got the Formula E, then after that the Rally Dakar, Formula One, now WTCR. So we're heading to a very bright future. So hopefully it's going to be really nice.
Now, I know you've driven quite a few street circuits, certainly with your foray into the Formula E, but you actually haven't driven this circuit, have you?
No, first time was today actually.
Yeah.
So the track is new for me, but as you mentioned, I did a lot of street tracks, so I don't mind the walls.
Yeah.
Actually, the track is a bit wide compared to the Formula E, okay. So it's a bit it's better, and I really love the track. It suits the car very much.
And how are you finding the car?
I'm learning it. I started really good. I'm getting improved lap by lap. So that's the target, is just getting improved and try to be as close as possible with the guys.
How much advice has Gilles given you?
Oh yeah, the Audi team actually really helping us. They're open-minded on this part. They give us whatever we ask for.
It's funny because you sort of come into this weekend, we'd expect to know what the track conditions are going to be like, but actually, as yesterday proved, there doesn't seem to be any guarantees of what the track conditions are going to be like. How much difference does it make even from day to evening, for example? So tomorrow you do free practice 1 and 2 in the day, presumably it'll be very hot, and then it'll be quite different for qualifying and both races.
It will be a bit different, but at the end, the track is really good. You don't feel the change of
Right.
affecting the car a lot. Even yesterday, when it was raining, the track was really good for racing. So I think the track is really nice. It will not affect a lot.
Your English is so good.
Thank you so much.
Can you teach me how to say, or is it okay to say good luck? What would be the right thing to say? I know that actually saying good luck is bad luck in some languages.
بالتوفيق.
Bitofik.
Yeah.
Bitofik. Okay, I need to remember that.
You're good in
Bitofik.
Arabic.
Shukran. That's right, isn't it?
It is.
Okay, good. Excellent. Well, thank you so much, and it's
Thank
very
you.
exciting to have you in the paddock. If you'd like to say some words to your fans.
I'm used to talk a lot in English. So,
Put you on the spot.
أتمنى صراحة أنكم تستمتعون في بطولة WTCR. صراحة بطولة جدا جميلة وجدا مثيرة، خصوصا التنافس بين المتسابقين جدا حاد وصراحة ممتع للمشاهدة. أتمنى أنه تكونوا معنا في الحلبة إن شاء الله.
Bitofik.
شكرا.
Gilles. Well, you had a tough weekend last weekend, didn't you? Bit of making up to do this weekend?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, Bahrain was a weekend that appears in my nightmares. I think we all have these low moments in our careers. For sure, this was a low moment for me, if not my lowest moment in my entire career. So that's how it goes. These kind of things happen. All I could do was apologize to the team. That's exactly what I did, and I just need to come back strong and thank them in that way. That's the only thing I can do. That's what's on my plan, let's say. So yeah, these things happen. We move on. We learn from it. That's the most important for me, to learn from it, that it doesn't happen again. And yeah, unfortunately, championship chances have really slinked due to that. But yeah, that's how it is.
How hard or easy is it for you to sort of let that go? You know, I guess these, like you say, they're learning experiences, aren't they? And certainly one that every driver will go through. And if this, as you're saying, is one of your lowest, if not the lowest, that's a big thing to have to recover from mentally, right?
Yeah, exactly. I'm very passionate, as all the guys who are here. So it really does something with you. It's not something you move on to, like next day you feel better. No, it really does something with you. And that's a good sign, I think, because that shows how much it means to me, how motivated I am to perform well, and that it really hurts me if I don't and if I make mistakes. So I think it's only a positive thing. I've had 2 weeks off where I really made a reset. Yeah. I feel okay now, and I feel mentally ready to go again, to push again, and to forget about what happened and to learn from it.
So what did you learn in FP0?
First of all, that it's a very cool place. Driving by night is always nice because everything feels quicker. The walls are quite close as well, so it feels even quicker due to that as well. Quite high grip, didn't expect it. We analyzed the roughness of the track before, and we expected the opposite. But anyway, a lot of grip, which is maybe not bad for us and the characteristics of our car. What else did I see? Yeah, it was a nice experience, to be honest. It was really cool. Still a lot to learn. I also think no one really showed their full potential yet, as they never do. So yeah, it did not show a lot yet in terms of pace. I think tomorrow is going to be, we're going to know more. But at least as a driver, it felt really nice to drive this amazing track.
Good, that's really nice to hear. And your plans for next year?
Still difficult to say, to be honest. I didn't sign anything yet. I hope to re-sign with Audi Sport, to be honest. It's been an amazing opportunity, an amazing moment, the moment that I signed my first professional contract beginning of this year. We've had ups and downs this season, but for sure I think they're happy about my performance, not only in WTCR but also in GT3. So I hope we can continue the collaboration. It would be a dream for me. Yeah, we'll see about that very soon, but I'm confident.
Good. I have no doubt they're very happy, Gilles. If you'd like to say some words to your fans.
Goedemiddag, nee, goedenavond. Hier is het zelfs nog iets later, 21 uur zelfs. In ieder geval, we zitten hier in Jeddah. Je zou denken mooi weer, toch niet. Gisteren heel veel regen gehad, overstromingen. Anyway, alles in orde, de baan is terug droog. Het is hier een prachtige baan. Ze hebben hier zeker niet bespaard op het aanleggen van het circuit. Dus ja, het wordt een mooi weekend. Na een heel slecht weekend in Bahrein zal het voor mij belangrijk zijn om te laten zien dat ik dit mentaal kan verwerken en terug kan komen. Dus voilà. mooie races, hopelijk een podium. Dat zou goed doen om het seizoen op een goede manier te eindigen. En voilà, dan zit het erop voor 2022 en dan kijk ik alvast uit naar 2023. Bedankt voor het kijken en hopelijk tot volgend jaar dan.
Dankjewel. Thank you,
Thanks.
gents. Shukran. You may now depart. Bit Tofik. Nailed it. You're going to have to teach me some more over the weekend. All right, thank you. So now we can move on to part 3 with Tiago Montero, Rob Huff, and Bebu Nestor Girolami. All right. A little birdie, in fact, a little birdie called Instagram told me that Bebu and Esteban watched Saudi Arabia kick the butts of Argentina at the football.
Next question, please.
Just how did that feel?
I mean, was my first time, so probably I should not come back to a match from Argentina. Yeah, it was a cool experience being there in Qatar, supporting the team. Even if I don't know too much about soccer, but still, is something important, something really nice to feel the passion. It was more than 30,000 people in the stadium. So it was quite impressive, and seeing all the teams going around in Qatar, seeing all the people supporting, cheering each nationality. So it was a really cool experience for me. And since I was 2 hours flying from here, it was making sense to go. I really enjoyed it, but now I switch off football or soccer, and I have to do my best in the race weekend.
Now, listen, when you said that you were going to do the rain dance, didn't think you were going to do it quite as well as you did.
We missed for 2 days, eh?
Yeah,
It was
true.
not supposed to be on Thursday. Better to have it tomorrow. But yeah, it was impressive. I mean, never been here in Jeddah, but yeah, when you read the news, I think 3 years never happened, rain, and suddenly we have heavy rain in. And yeah, I was sleeping and I heard some noises, heavy rain, but I didn't expect to have flood everywhere. And then going around the city and watch what is happening, it's really crazy. But yeah, I was sad for the people around, because when you see this kind of situation, it's really bad. I hope everyone is safe at home, and now the situation is becoming better, so hopefully it's only material damage.
So it doesn't look likely that it will rain for you on Sunday. Well, and in fact, qualifying as well. How tricky, now that you've done FP0, you've learned a little bit about the track, how tricky is this weekend going to be for you?
It's quite tricky. I mean, we are carrying 40 kilos again. I think for the full season after Po, we had the 40 kilos and we never get it back. So it's quite tricky, especially coming out of the last corner, going from 80 Ks to 250 or 240 is really, really difficult, because we are losing a lot of acceleration. And then Sector 1 kind of survived for one lap with new tires, but then Sector 2, Sector 3 with the long straight back is really difficult. But still, we are quite confident, maybe not for Q3, but yes, for the top 10, and this brings you again in the game. So I will try to do my best, but being smart, because we are in condition, maybe not to fight for the championship, because really we are struggling, and Mikel needs only 5 points to become champion. So for me, the main focus is to secure the second position in the championship.
Which wouldn't be all that bad, would it? How nice is the circuit?
The circuit is amazing. When you see the lights, it looks like a day. It's full visibility, really nice. People is really nice here as well. on the track walk, I see already a very clean track, which is not normal in a street circuit. And in here was completely clean and looks like it has a lot of grip. So for tomorrow, I think it will be also an improvement on the lap time. But so far, I'm enjoying a lot driving here around. And yeah, it's crazy that we come to a circuit where it was Formula One, but 12 months ago, it was not track.
Yeah. Yeah.
When
they've
you
done a
look
lot.
at it, they did it in 1 year, all this amazing infrastructure, and they show how the world work when there is support behind.
Well, I wish you all the best for this weekend, Bebu. If you'd like to say some words in español.
Bueno, buenas tardes para todos en Argentina, en Sudamérica. La verdad que una carrera más, una definición de campeonato importante para mí. Estoy peleando el campeonato hasta la última carrera, que era el objetivo a principio de año. Hemos logrado llegar a la última con chances, muy poquitas, realmente hay que ser claros, no tengo chances, matemáticas sí, pero reales de campeonato son muy efímeras. Pero bueno, vamos a dejar todo como todo el año, poner lo mejor de mí para tratar de hacer una buena clasificación. Hoy en los free practice estuve un poco no tan confiado con el auto, hace falta mejorar bastante para estar en el top 5. Pero bueno, todavía hay chances de meterse, así que mañana intentar mejorar en los 2 entrenamientos y llegar a clasificación dando lo mejor y tratando de estar ahí adelante. Un abrazo y gracias a todos por el aguante.
Muchas gracias. Vamos. Gents, Tiago, Rob, it's the final round of the WTCR, boys, and you two are the old timers.
Does that mean we have
Really?
we have to sing or what?
Yes, please.
Definitely not. We leave that to you.
Dance.
A dance as well.
Yeah, I think we're both very lucky. We've had wonderful careers in WTCC, WTCR. We've been there a long, long time.
Favorite moments?
Winning a world championship.
That's all right, isn't it?
Yeah.
How about you, Tiago?
I didn't win the championship.
Sorry, mate.
I missed that for some reason.
Very
but
close.
Yeah, it was close, but not. Yeah, home wins. That's fantastic. Of course, Villarreal or.
We always like
Estoril.
it when you do a home win as well.
Yeah,
it's great
not
for
bad.
everybody.
It's good feeling.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Party time. Proper party time.
Proper.
That was
party
crazy
time.
when you won in Villarreal.
Yeah.
That was really crazy.
That was crazy.
Being on that
yeah,
podium
we
was
had some good
special.
moments for sure.
Very special.
And this weekend, Tiago, what have you learnt then from FP0? How is it?
Well, I've learned that the tires problems are probably not solved yet because I delaminated again. So that was not the best way to start the weekend. But hopefully we can learn from that together with Goodyear to understand the reason. Obviously the tarmac is quite aggressive, a lot of grip. And for some reason the tire didn't accept it and I delaminated on a new tire. But apart from that, as has been said already, great facilities, great track. A little bit sad not to use the full track because it looks so amazing in Formula One. Yeah, it's good to be at a new place. A little bit strange being the last race of this era. But it is what it is. And hopefully after a disastrous season that I had this year, I hope to finish on a better note. And so that's what I'll do and try to enjoy it.
What will you do next year?
That's a good question.
Are you going to grow your beard and
Well,
put on a
you
surf
like it.
shirt
You like it when
like
I-
your man did?
Yeah. Oh, really? No, nothing's decided yet. There's a lot of things going on. Obviously, championship format changing. It's not clear what Honda wants to do, and it's still early. Even though we all like to have our decisions early, but this year with all these changes, I think the new news will come a bit later this year. But yeah, we'll see.
Well, I look forward to seeing what happens.
Soon, I hope.
Thank you, sir. If you'd like to say a word to your Portuguese fans.
Sim, é fim de semana especial, obviamente, sendo o último da temporada, mas também o último do formato deste campeonato. E por isso Este ano não foi fácil, realmente foi dos anos mais difíceis da minha carreira e gostava de terminar com um bom fim de semana. Não começou da melhor forma, com um problema de pneus neste treino, mas a partir de amanhã que as coisas vão contar e vamos ver se conseguimos acabar com uma boa performance e um bom resultado e tentar pelo menos divertir-nos ao máximo, já que não estamos em luta por nada de oficial. É mais ou menos isso. Obrigado a todos pelo apoio todos estes anos e esta temporada e esperemos acabar com um bom espetáculo. Obrigado.
Obrigada. Well done in Macau, sir.
Thanks.
Number 11.
Number 11.
Good.
Yep, it was very good, thank you.
So you're
Would have rather have been in Bahrain, obviously.
Would you?
Well, yeah, because I was fighting for P3 in the championship.
This is true, but you still can be this weekend.
Yeah, but would have been better to get some points in Bahrain and be sitting here.
Probably would have helped.
Yeah,
Yes, this is true.
But
But you'll have to do it this weekend instead. And
Yeah.
how tricky is that going to be? What have you learned so
yeah,
far?
I mean, I think very tricky. I think it's going to be very difficult to overtake here. You know, we're obviously on the short circuit, but it's a very high-speed circuit with that. You know, we've got big braking zone at T1, but at the same time we come out from a blind hairpin effectively, so very difficult, I think, to overtake into T1. I think the only really overtaking opportunity is into the last corner, and that's going to be more based on car speeds than anything else. So yeah, let's see. I mean, I think quite a difficult session for everyone then, just, you know, not taking too much risk, but trying to learn as much as possible. But nice to have that extra free practice zero for all of us, just to get in the groove a little bit and effectively get rid of any problems that we might have had tomorrow. I mean, Thiago said he had a tire delamination, gives 24 hours more to try and understand that, which is the, you know, the whole reason why we do this FP0. So, yeah, I mean, for me, it was quite a straightforward session. Nothing to elaborate on really too much, but yeah, just nice to get a feel for everything and get in the groove of it.
It's a shame, as you say, to miss Bahrain and not to really be in the battle. But it has turned out to be a really good season, which was really unexpected, wasn't it, when you certainly were right at the beginning in Po?
Yeah, very much so. I mean, it's no secret that 1 week before the first race, we didn't know if we were racing or not. You know, if I see the amount of testing that so many of the drivers have done this year, we did a half a day in Budapest before we started, before the cars went to Po. So, I mean, to be anywhere near the front, I think is quite spectacular and you know, really not expected at all. But I think it truly comes through hard work, determination, and consistency. You know, we finished every race this year, obviously, other than Bahrain, which we didn't start. But we finished every single race. We won 10 out of the 12 independent races, which wrapped up that championship for us, which was amazing. And yeah, I mean, even to be sitting here, having missed Bahrain and P4 in the championship, still with a good chance of getting third, I think a very small possibility of second, you know, is quite amazing in itself. And that's just come from consistency, finishing in the points in every single race. And yeah, and the true determination of a very hardcore, lovable boss.
Yeah, certainly. Well, a very nice way to end the WTCR world. A word to your fans in Arabic.
Yeah, good luck with that. Yeah, pick a language, any language. I mean, just, you know, it's been an amazing year for us, and of course, you know, I'm just happy that after what's happened, that I get the chance to come back and finish off this championship. I think the team, the mechanics, everyone involved truly deserves to finish this championship on a high. You know, the news that we weren't going to race in Bahrain was heartbreaking for a lot of people within the team. You know, and you know, our team, they're not all paid mechanics. They're not all paid professionals. A lot of the guys do this because they love the team, they love Zoltan, and they love Zengo. And you know, to finish it on a bad note after Bahrain wouldn't have been good. So to be able to come here and finish on a high for you know, the warrior that is Zoltan Zengo to manage to organize everything that we can come here and really fight on a fair level with everyone else is quite spectacular, and I think just desserts for what we've managed to achieve this year. So I want to try my damnedest to finish on a high.
Fingers crossed. Thank you, gents. Obrigada. Gracias. Have a great weekend. Thank you all for joining us. So FP1 is tomorrow at 1 o'clock. FP2 is at 3:30. Quali is on Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Race 1 on Sunday is at 7:40 p.m. and race 2 is at 10:15 p.m. all local times. Make sure you're watching. It's going to be a good final showdown of the FIA World Touring Car Cup 2022. Shukran.
Hello everyone, my name is Shil Magnus. Welcome to Jeddah. So we are preparing, as you can see, or the mechanics are preparing our car to start the free practices tomorrow. We are really excited. The guys are working really hard to get the car in the best shape possible with a good setup, with the nice stickers. They're putting the stickers on for the moment. I show you guys around in all the box and the way we work here. That's where all the engineers do the work. That's the brain of the team, let's say. That's where all the thinking is happening, things which probably you don't understand, which probably I don't understand. But anyway, we let them do their job, they let us do our job, and that's how we work together. A little word from Detlef, maybe?
Hi guys. What I'm doing here, I will not tell you.
It's secret, secret. So this is where the engineers will be standing when the race is going on, getting all the information on the screen and giving us some information through the radio. So yeah, an important place as well. So follow me, I'll show you guys the tires. The most crucial part of the car, obviously. Without tires, we wouldn't be getting very far. Here is where they put the tires on the rims and note the numbers for the engineers afterwards to make sure they put the right tires on the car at the right moment. I always call them black gold because yeah, it's crucial and it's gold to us. New tires, it's the best moment for a driver. Whenever the engineer says you got new tires, it's a holy moment. We are in Villa 5. It's actually quite cool about Jeddah that we have our own villas where we can change, where we can eat with the team. As you may know, we have had some floating, a lot of water, so it's a little bit damaged, but what can we do? I'll show you guys around. Good way to get some cardio in before the session, going up the stairs. I think one of the engineers just gave up. He pulled out, he's done. Let's let him sleep. So here is where we, this morning, for example, we did a briefing with all the engineers and all the drivers. This is where we come together. Normally we're in the trucks where it's quite a bit smaller. Here we got these big rooms. So this is my personal room. I haven't installed my stuff yet. Anyway, this is where I will change before the race. It's good to have your own space to be able to mentally prepare and be ready for the session. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna change. See you guys. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye-bye.